Alright, g'day, hi, and welcome. Okay, so as you can see, I removed that behemoth of a tire and the open country. These are Toyos. I've never driven on Toyos before, other than this truck. And I got to give the BF Goodrich back with the fresh dog pee on it. I'm sure he was going to like that. So I put all my wheel nuts back on, and I put some of this marvelously messy stuff here. Buy 2 jars of that. I always have 2 jars of that. That and honey goo. That brake clean, honey goo, and that stuff, I swear by that stuff. Like, I'd eat it for breakfast if it wasn't poisonous. Anyway, but it works. Like, the stuff works. So I did my wheel nuts. These are the wheel nuts I want to get for all around, but you know, I can wait. I'm going to torque these to 140. Make sure your plates, you know, the wheel's sitting against the plate perfectly. Crisscross. You know, tighten, loose, like right now they're just loose tighten until it snubs, loose tighten until it snubs, loose tighten until it snubs, and just keep going crisscross like that. Give a tire a shake, make sure that, you know, because sometimes you think you're all the way on there, but you're out like about that much, and then the thing goes clunk, and then you got, you know what I mean? And then do it again, and like, again, I don't wear gloves when you're doing this so you don't get any wire in your hand or anything like that. Tires like this shouldn't have any wires on it because they're pretty good, but you know, whatever. Shake it, make sure that it's tight. Now I looked at the brake pads on both sides of that caliper are good. So I'm thinking what's happening with this truck. Well, I don't know. I think the front brakes are fine on this truck, which is, from a cha-ching point of view, thank God. The backs I know are, you can hear them, so that's good. So that means that these will probably ride out to winter. But what I don't know is if, what I'm suspecting is maybe what Paul was experiencing was like what I got with my other truck, where the caliper's done, it's jammed. So it's like one side will sort of grab, so it feels like you don't have any brake there, but you actually do. And the other side has a brand new brake caliper and rotor and pad. So this side, it's not, like the pads were like that thick. I mean, I don't consider the brakes worn out until it's just about metal on metal, right? So, the way I drive, so I drive pretty good. So I'll tighten this down, I'll check the tire pressure, and I'll bring all the tire pressures up, do that. It's all maintenance stuff. Everything looks not too bad. Now, for my American friends, this is what Canadians consider not too bad, just so you know. But it's actually not too bad. And I'm like Dora the Explorer today, going underneath this truck, just seeing what it needs, you know. I mean, obviously it's not a Cadillac, you know what I mean? It needs work. But so far I've discovered some good things about it, some bad things. So that'd be nice if I don't have to replace that. It's just a maintenance issue of getting that brake caliper to slide a bit more. If I can get another year out of it, fine, whatever. Oh yeah, remember to chalk your wheels whenever, put the vehicle in reverse and chalk your wheels when you change your tires. Just so if this one doesn't have an emergency brake, and put your emergency brake on if you have it. This one, the emergency brake cable is broken and the brake shoes are done. So I got to replace all the brake stuff. But then again, maybe I don't. Maybe I just have to pull it apart. You know what I mean? So there's always stuff like that. So I'm going to torque them down. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to crack all the other wheel nuts and then just kind of re-snub them. The reason being is that I'm going to be going through same thing I did with my Ford. I pulled every wheel off, looked at what I had. I'd like to do the rear brakes on this one this year. They were pretty much done. Front brakes on that, you know, are perfect now. You know, this needs brakes, tires, whatever. It needs all that stuff too. But it's good enough to get me through the season. And over the winter, I could piece it together and make it immaculate. And then Dad and I had a discussion about welders today. So, you know, I'm a pretty good welder. I just haven't done it in years. Get a nice gas welder and cut that out and make my thing pretty again. Frame up restoration on this, $11,500. That's what my buddy paid for his 2003 Chevy. I think it's a Silverado, or is it the Sierra, GMC Sierra? Whichever one he bought, is one or the other that he bought. The truck looks brand new, like it just came off the lot. But the guy he did everything, frame up, right? I wouldn't go that far with this, and you know, it's a $500 truck. Who knows how much longer it's going to last? This is the stopgap truck. There may possibly be something else showing up at some point. We'll see. and we'll see what happens there. But until I can afford a really, really good truck, this is my winter beater. So I wouldn't mind this winter beater turning into an all-year vehicle that, can get another few years out of it. But like that truck, when I got it, everything needs to be torqued and that stuffed on it. The anti-seize and cleaned up and all that stuff. It just takes a little time, like that's the problem. Like people have vehicles and they never have, like they buy them, they drive them off the lot. You're lucky if they change the oil. You know what I mean? It's amazing how these vehicles hold up as well as they do without any maintenance. Like an airplane, even a Cessna 150, every 40 hours you have to like get it inspected. You know what I mean? Like these things, like it's like they just drive them and drive them and drive them. And this thing is a work truck. Like I mean, it's been abused, not as in burnouts, like a 25-year-old kid burning them, doing stupid stuff with it, but this truck has probably pulled 1 million pounds of metal since 2006. Every week, just pulling metal. It's a beast of a truck. These tires are heavy. One thing I'll give the Dodge is that it is a heavy built vehicle. Even though it's only a 1500, like it's much heavier than my Ford. I like the Ford for other things, but yeah, hats off to Dodge for building a beast. If we could just only keep them running. I'm kidding, Brutus. I'm kidding. Treat me well when I'm on the road. He's like, I'm going to get him back. All right, so yeah, so I guess I'll torque that up. I was going to clear all this junk out. I put it in there, so I might as well get rid of it. I'm going to dump it in the backfield somewhere, compost it, clean up my pop cans. That's good money right there. That's 5 cents, each one, right? Slowly paying the vehicle off via pop cans. And you'd be surprised. This thing's probably hauled $10,000 worth of pop cans over the years. Who knows? Like, I mean, it's hauled everything. I know. I worked with this truck, so I know it quite well. I'm going to take the box liner out. I've got about 2 months to get this thing ready for the winter. I just want to know what I'm dealing with, so I'll probably take the box liner out just to see how much the box liner is holding the box together, or if it's not as bad as I think. Sometimes it's that way, but you could see how like rust comes from the inside out. You can see that. So this box is done, but I've already found about 5 donor trucks, so it's like at some point it might be, if that engine stays good, well, I'll just find another truck. I got great tires, not good tires, great tires there. They're dirty, but I mean, look at the knobs on these suckers. That'd be kind of the best tires I've ever driven on. Gotta watch out, there's dog pee all over that. Yeah, so I'll get that torqued up. I'll crawl around underneath for a little bit, and I think I'm going to call it a day. This is my day relaxing, is working on this big brute. Letting my body rest is crawling underneath this dirty thing. But I'll get it all cleaned up. I'll get it, the frame again looks pretty solid. Tank looks good. The door is a big issue in a way, but not a big issue in a way. It's like, what do you want to live with? That's the thing with a stopgap vehicle, like I probably said in other videos, is what do you want to live with? Like, it needs everything. What do you want to live with? What can you get away with? The safety stuff, brakes. I mean, this thing is probably going to be pulling heavy trailers at some point of metal again. The metal's starting to find me, so it's like I may have found a gold mine of metal, and if I have this thing on the road next week, it might be the hauling vehicle. We'll see. We'll see what happens. The sooner I can get it to start to work and earn its keep, the better. I'd like to at least pay itself off at least once before it breaks again. But it's not really broken, it just needs maintenance right now. So anyway, I'm going to do that. Call that a day. In about 2 weeks' time, I'll have about a week, 2 weeks almost to work on it. But I'll do a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, next day, whatever. The rust, I might get some paint and just kind of do what I can, get away with what I can. The idea is to cover like stuff like this. What it is it's making it not a cop magnet, right? The exhaust, I mean, these are loud. The Hemis are a loud truck. They growl. You know, like you know there's a big 8 in there when you're going down the road with it. But as a work truck, should be fine. Should be fine. Yeah, there we go. My winter beater, the Snow Beast. If you remember the Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider played Bo Duke, Joe General Lee. He was in a movie called Snow Beast, and it is the most low-budget, cheap movie I've ever seen. And I love this movie. I have it. I own it. And the monster in that is like the abominable snowman, but he's like going around killing people. A little spoiler. And the movie's called Snow Beast. I want you to picture this now. This nice big hood here, a big mural of the snow beast on here. Just like that. He looks kind of like that. Like that. Right on here. That would be epically cool. My nephew would love it. Or racing stripes. I'm not sure. We'll see. But, you know, it is a white vehicle, so I might as well call it the snow beast. Maybe I'll put him on the side of the door or something like that. Whatever. Get a sticker. You might as well have fun with it, right? Okay, so anyway, that's all I got for today. And, yeah, there we go.